Hello. Hello. Let's see if everything's working according to plan, shall we? Let's stop the music and let's do the fun cube turn around. Hello everyone. Hello, welcome. Welcome. My hair's a mess, I know. Oh, look, you can see my running socks. Hashtag pro streamer. Inwils has got his running socks out. Right, let me just get some things. Hi Matt, how are you doing? How are you? Looking good and feeling super duper fine today. I hope you are. Let's pop that one in there and we'll do it later. Rock out the socks. Yeah. It's because it's they are drying because I went for my run this morning. So I went for my run this morning and I'm in week 8 of a 9-week application. So last week I was running 25 minutes non-stop. So you have a 5 minutes warm-up walk, followed by a 25-minute non-stop run. And then, is the sound all right? Can you hear me all right? It looks like I'm peaking a bit, but I think I might be all right. So you have a 5 minute warm, 25 minutes. But I am at week 8. Okay, so on week 7, you do 25 minutes. So week 6, what I was doing was running for 20 minutes. And before that, it was just sort of, on week 1, you do 3 runs a week. And on week 1, you sort of like walk for 5 minutes, run for a minute, walk for 3 minutes, run for 2 minutes. It's a really good program. And it really sort of like takes you from not being a runner at all, i.e. me, to somebody who actually enjoys doing it and went out and bought all the kit for it. So I actually have like those Under Armour tops, and then fleece over the top, and running gloves and hats and everything. I ran for a minute. Well, to be honest with you, the first time I started, I was exactly like that. Honestly, I was exactly like that. I actually used to say to people over and over and over again, I used to say, why jog when you can blog? And that was my sort of like saying to everybody all the time. That's all I ever said. But I mean, I'm quite pleased that I've started to run, because number one, it's really good for my heart, especially at my age, because I'll be 56 at Christmas, you know. So I want to make sure that my heart is quite good going into the future. So that's the first thing that is mega important for me. But also coming back from illness, you know, it's really helped me get out again and do a little bit of running. I would strongly endorse it. It's called the Couch to 5K, and it's a National Health Service app. And honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. And you can choose who your running partner is. So I always go with the default. And she's so good. You know, she sort of like says, you're coming. So I ran 20 minutes and then 25 minutes. And this week, it's 3 runs of 28 minutes. And then next week, which will be the final night, the 9th week, that'll be 3 runs of 30 minutes, and then you've graduated from the program and you're done. And she always says that she always makes me smile, because at the end she always says, "That's it, well done. Have a glass of water to recover." And I think, good grief, I need something a little bit more than a glass of water as I'm crawling back to my flat. And I do some stretches afterwards, which is always helpful, to try to get my muscles, because they tightened up a lot in my legs with lack of exercise, you know. But she's really good, and I think having her there, I mean, she says the same things virtually every day, but it's almost like there's somebody there is with you, sort of like going along with the run. So I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. And I'm so pleased that I've got back into it after such a long break. So anyway, 28. So you have to have a rest day in between runs. So I'll run today. tomorrow I'm busy. I can't run because it's a rest day. Wednesday I'm at work, so I won't run. Thursday I'll probably run, and Saturday I'll probably run, and then Monday again. So that's the thing. But the difficulty is, I tell you what, the difficulty is actually carry on running after you finish the program, because it's sort of like it's done and dusted then. You know, you're done, and there's nobody sort of like there making you run. I remember talking to my hairdresser about it, Yvonne, and she was cutting my hair, and I said, I'm really worried that I'm not going to carry on running once I finish the Couch to 5K app. And, you know, I often think that hairdressers are so good with advice, because she said to me, she said, well, you've already said it's not going to happen, that it's going to be a difficulty. So you're almost like putting the negative there straight away. So why don't you just sort of like think, oh, hang on a minute, let's just leave it and, you know, carry on. So I have an app called Runkeeper that sort of like times how long you're running, but it also says your speed, and there's certain things that you could do. It's sort of like run faster for this, then slower, faster for this, then slower. So Couch to 5K is actually saying that you will run 5K 3 times a week. But I actually run for 30 minutes 3 times a week. I did one time. It's a little bit less than 5K. I think it's 4.98 kilometers. There was this normal run I do, but one day I actually ran around a little bit twice just to make sure that I could actually do 5K. I had a talk with a jogger, and they also talked about projecting negative. Yeah, self-destroying prophecy. That's exactly it. So you actually say that it's not going to happen before you've even tried it, and then you. And do you want to know what it is? And I do believe this. I think it's all to do with this idea of reassurance, because a lot of the time I was always saying things like, I won't be able to do this, and people would say, go on, give it a go, and then I would give it a go and fail. And I would be able to say, well, I told you I couldn't do it, didn't I? I told you I couldn't do it. And it's almost like that reassurance that you can actually say, oh, you know, this is not going to work. But I don't believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I don't believe that. But I do believe that negativity can play a very unpositive impact on a lot of things. I also do, just so you know, hey Medivec, how you doing? Hey YouTube. do you know, it was so funny, Medivec, you know, on the Discord, you posted those pictures of the Sparrowhawk, I think it was, on top of your aviary, and saying all you can eat buffet. It was so funny because I mentioned it in my stream when I was playing Minecraft, and then everybody was typing !Discord in my Twitch chat to go and have a comment and look at your pictures. It was, yeah, I thought it was a Spellhawk. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I really did love it. Just to let you know that I can remember that I can do things like this on the stream. There you go. Hey you Don't watch that. Watch this. This is the heavy, heavy monster sound. One step beyond. Da, da, da. I'll just put a Matt comment up as well. Yeah, when I stream on YouTube, I use a program called vMix, which is more of a professional streaming option. So it has things like lower thirds built into it. So I can have like tickers, and I can take this off and put lower thirds in and things like that. It also has some really, really, really nice transitions that I'm going to be using in a second, so that's fine. Yeah, so just to remind you, this first half hour is just me waffling on about things, and we've had a good talk about running so far. I have to say that I've got a pair of trainers that I've had for quite a while now. They've got holes in the top, so if I run in the rain, my feet actually get wet. But I went and got gait analysed, so I had to go and run on a treadmill, and then they recorded it and said that these are the trainers for you, you know. And I never know whether or not it's a complete con, but there was a range of prices, and I went for, there were some that were just bright blue, and I thought, oh, go for them. Inwils, go for them. But then I just thought, no, because I might have used it as an excuse not to go running because of my bright trainers. I have to say, the other thing that I had to buy, and please do not laugh at this point, I had to buy some leggings. Now, I searched high and low, and they definitely say in the title, male leggings. Definitely say male leggings. And so when it's really cold, because I run in the morning about 6 o'clock, then I have these leggings on, and then my shorts. I'm not one of these male runners that just runs in leggings, if that makes sense. So I have leggings, shorts over the top, and then I have some Under Armour, the sort of like the tight fitted one. Then I have like a fleece top that zips up. It zips up right there up to here. And then I have gloves that I put on, a hat that I put on as well. And then I wear like a fluorescent cycle, so like band, so people can see me a little bit better. I never run on the road. I run on the pavement, but I think early in the morning, it's really good. The other thing that is really good, and I'll have to start using it once I start running in the dark again. The Runkeeper app that I use, it has Chuggerwugger's text number in it. And when I start to run, it actually sends him a text saying that I'm out running. And then what he can do is click on it, and it shows him where I am on the run. So if I ever go down, you know, or anything like that, he can actually fire. He's going to stitch some padding at the front. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Good idea. Yeah, so that's another wonderful app that I use. So hopefully by the time I finish this, I'm going to carry on running and try to get back into it, you know. Then that's it. The only time, obviously I stopped when the vaccine attacked me, but the only other time that I've really haven't done running is when I go outside and the pavements are very icy, and I normally get ready to go out and then step outside and suddenly feel, you know, my feet are going. It's not when it's frosty, it's when it's icy, and it's just, you know, it looks like the roads or the pavements are actually clear, but really there's that thin thin amount of ice on it. So just to change the topic slightly, I'm just moving your chat out the way. I wanted to show you something that I have been working on. So as you will be aware, you know, I'm always trying to, I can't find my desktop one. That's not it. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me just get this on. So as you are aware, I'm always trying to improve myself. And one of the things that I do is that, if you might remember, if you were listening to my stream the other day, I was talking about the idea of the idea of ClickUp, and ClickUp sponsored me a little bit to make some videos for them, and I'm still making videos. One of them went out today, and I suddenly thought, okay, then I need to sort of like prove to myself and to them that, you know, I'm worthy of this. So I found something that is called the ClickUp University, and what it allows you to do, you take online tests, and there's a pass rate of 80%, and at the end of it you get a certificate. So here comes a fancy transition incoming, just so you're aware. So this is what I did today. So I actually finished it. I did all the pre-course work, and then I did the test. I got 100% correct. I got all the answers correct, and I have this certificate of completion, and I'm a novice ClickUp person now, and it's all official. It's all official. So there's 2 more levels to do. So there's like an intermediate and an advanced. Yeah, that's what I thought, Matt, that it would be like. I will have done it. And I thought, right, this is what I need to do. I need to work my way through these in order to actually, you know, demonstrate. And the nice thing about it, this little picture here in the middle, I've actually got that as well. And so I'm going to start putting it like on my thumbnails of my ClickUp videos, or, you know, put it somewhere in near the beginning, so I can actually say, you know, I'm certified, you know, and sort of like, yes, I can, I am officially certified. Yeah, well, hopefully I will get there eventually, you know, and be able. Oh, hang on a minute. I tried to run. I tried to show Stream Raiders, not Stream Raiders. The other one. What do I call? What do I mean? Stream Deck. That's what I was meaning. And so the other thing that I'd like to show you is actually about Stream Deck as well, that I've been working on. So I've been working on this for a while. And so I actually have 2 Stream Decks. I think you realize that. So I have a Mark 1 and a Mark 2. So when my hoodie came through about being an official ESO member of the ESO stream team, they sent me a faceplate, but it only actually goes on to the Stream 2. So I dipped into my my streaming subscriptions and bought one. So I actually have two in front of me. You're just looking at the Stream Deck at the moment. So this is my normal setup. So this is what I normally see on my in front of me on my Stream Deck. I can actually bring your chat back now because I can see it over the top. So vMix is just capturing this window at the moment, if that makes sense, this Stream Deck. So I don't think it's actually capturing my cursor, so but never mind. So things like in here, this is all my lights. So this is the light. These change the color of my big light in my room. So this is how I make it red, or when I'm doing horror streams. This the green button is the it presses play for Spotify, and these are all, the top row is all sort of like brightness, and then the middle row are all my audio, okay, that I can turn on and off. So if I'm using voice mod mic, it's that middle one there. Okay, so and then up here, this is all my streaming bit. So if I ever, when I'm streaming, this is generally what I'm looking at. So the one that looks a bit like the Death Star, that takes me to my chat screen, to the game, that takes me to the smaller one. This here, SR off and on, these are multi-action buttons. So it actually changes the scene. It won't look at it because I haven't got OBS open. It actually changes the scene, mutes a sound, and then releases the app's sound, etc. So this button here, the red thank you in the middle, that's the thank you very much. So when I press that, that's a multifunction as well. And yeah, that's a salty. This is what the save replays when I click for replay, and the replays when it actually goes. And then this one in here, that's the advert, is an AFK with the advert on it, and then the AFK one is just by itself. And I have to say, I love the Stream Decks. I really do. And I like this idea that everything is on here. And so within each one of these, you can have another load of icons. Okay. And you can see along here that I've got 3 separate pages set up. So this one that says start up there, I press that when I'm setting up the stream, and it opens up OBS, it opens up StreamerBot, it opens up Voice Mod, it opens up Stream Raiders. So I literally just press that and then go away, you know, and it just opens everything up. It also activates Snip, which is the one that I use for putting up the titles for Spotify. So this is sort of like, that's how the magic happens. That's the intro button. And here is all the sound banks that I have. So this is actually on my Stream Deck 2, but of course now I have another one, and this is my Stream Deck 1. Okay, so what I've been doing all day, these are all the sounds. I don't know, can you see the guy drinking the coffee one? That is my money goes jiggle jiggle, it hurts, so da 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 da. That's that one there. But here, what I've been working on all day is that OBS 28 allows you to assign applications, sound to applications. So rather than everything coming through the speakers and only having the speakers on and off, this top button, the ESO button, activates so you can hear ESO. Okay, and then I can turn it off. So these are individual application sounds. So I can listen to the speakers through my headphones, and that's fine, but the stream doesn't hear that. That is never turned on. And so if I'm playing Guild Wars 2, I would press GW2, and that would allow the game sound to come to OBS, which it sounds a little bit strange, but it works like a dream. And what I've been using on, if you remember, we had an excellent session on Saturday and Sunday with Discord going as well as the stream. So what I've got here, this button, the Discord button, allows me to allow the stream to hear the Discord chat. Okay, so when it's off like that, it's coming into my headphones, but it's not going on to stream, so I can click it on there. And then the not muted, that button actually allows me to mute my mic to Discord. So when I mute it, it literally, you won't hear, if you're in the Discord chat, you won't hear what I'm saying or anything like that. Deafened mutes and blocks the headphones out of me as well. So at that point, if people are chattering in the Discord chat, I can just press that. I won't hear them, but I also they won't hear me. It blocks both of them. This little button here is just, I can just press it to mute my mic a little time. And this button here, the one that says enter, actually allows me to enter the better Minecraft voice chat. So I can press that and I will automatically enter it and then press it again to leave it. Yeah, I can imagine that it's weird listening to the stream. No idea my mic cut out that much. I don't notice it. I don't notice it as it's coming through to me. I think it's only when it's going out to the stream. The only thing that I notice is that I don't have up on my screen, and I don't know how to do it. I don't have like you know, some people on Discord, they have the little circle sort of like up here, and it goes off and sort of like it demonstrates who's talking and not. And I really need that because sometimes I can't recognize voices. And I'm sort of like thinking, who's that talking? Who's that talking? And that's why you have to say, hi, it's Matt. Because I'm thinking, who's that? So I need to figure out how to do that. There must be a way. Although I do wonder whether or not it's just it's just not on Minecraft. It wasn't noticeable, but sometimes I was saying things and it wasn't conveyed. Yeah, and it might have just not been coming through to the stream. I tend to hear everything that's going into my ears, but I just find it difficult when I'm trying to when I'm talking to the stream and you and Tex were talking in my ears. It's a bit like voice mod. You can press a button and I actually hear myself in my ears. And honestly, that is the strangest sensation ever. I hope you've noticed that I've come up with, can you remember, we didn't have these last time, these different scenes. So I've actually worked on that and got all that sorted. I guess links don't work here. They should work if you put them in chat. Are they not working in the chat? Let me... Seems to work. I can put things in the chat, but I don't know whether or not you can. But have a go. Have a go. And then, of course, let me just take this off. Number 1. Send. Mine didn't turn into a hyperlink. Oh, wait, which one were you posting? I can't even see a link in the chat. No, it's not actually coming. It's not actually coming through to me at all. I'm wondering. I was just wondering whether or not it's. I sent you what I see on Discord. Oh, right. Hang on then. Let me just pop this chat out. Let me just open Discord. Ah. That's interesting. I'm wondering whether or not there's something I need to do at this end to sort of like allow people to put links in chat. Yeah, because I definitely don't see that. Right, so that's definitely something that I need to check up on. That's really good. Thank you for that. Give me something to check up on later today. Thank you for the likes, by the way. I'm wondering whether or not moderate live chat. I think I'll have a look at it, but that is definitely not. Oh, am I still streaming? Oh yes, I am. I just said it. I think that might be for people. Yeah, thank you. I will definitely have a look at that. I'm wondering whether or not there's a place that. Do you know what I mean? That there's a place that everything goes to that I can moderate things. I'm wondering whether or not there's things that I can, like chat that allows me to moderate it, and it's sort of like popping up somewhere that I have to then go and moderate. But I'm not too sure. I will have a look at that. Okay, so let's. We've done the first bit of the chat, and so I'm just going to pop this out. So I've got this out in front of me, so I can see all your chat. And yes, so I want to move on to the D&D part of it, because if you remember, every time we actually look at some aspect of D&D, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons or something, and last week we were looking at the 2 SpellJammer sets, and I found something today that I wanted to share with you, and I think it's really ultra exciting, but you might not. I don't want to do a book every single week, so I'm trying to sort of like mix it up. So, and I've got what I wanted to show you down here. So hang on, let me just. So what I've got here is that I've got what used to be. I've got some modules to show you, and also some of my own adventures, so you can see them. So the module that I want to show you is probably my favorite module ever. Okay, and it's a fantastic Advanced Dungeons and Dragons module. So remember, modules are just a whole adventure that is all printed out and given to you. And this this module is part of the C module series. So A 1, 2, 3, and 4 was all about capturing and defeating the slave lords. And I always had 1, 3, and 4. So 3 was assault on the area of the slave lords. And then 4, you got captured in 3. And you had to try to get out of the dungeons in 4, but you started off with no items or anything like that. Fantastic series of adventures. G, the G series, was all about against the giants. So G1 was all about hill giants. G2 was about the frost giant Jarl. And G3 was about a fire giant. And then they went on to D and E's as well. But C's were competition, I think, or things that appeared in competitions. And the one that I wanted to share with you, oh, yeah, I found some on the back, was this one. So this is Dungeon Module C2, the Ghost Tower of Inverness. Now, what I'm going to do, and I know this sounds a bit strange, but I'm just going to pop it like this and go like that, so I could go back and take a snapshot of that. So yeah, they had G1 was steeding of the hill giant chief. G2 was the glacial rift of the frost giant Jarl. And then Hall of the Fire Giant King was G3. So the first thing I would like to show you is the picture on the back, because I think the picture on the back is absolutely fantastic. I think there was in the book something, an area of levitation that this person sort of like was in, and that's why it was like that. But that was the picture on the back, and then this was the picture at the front. So the first thing I wanted to show you is that this is the quality of the map work that you've got. Can you see this? So remember, we would put this out on a tabletop or something like that, and sort of like plan out where you're going. And of course, the Ghost Tower in Inverness, the towers had an air level, an earth, a fire, a water, a dual room, and I think it was the water level that was upside down, and you sort of like changed. So that was the maps that we were given. And you did have, because it was like a competition, you have visual aids like this, look. And so there was a whole load of visual aids like this. Yeah, I've never seen it earlier with those illustrated. I wonder when you imagine, indeed, do you see them at realistic? I see them like this. I don't see them like realistic. I see them more cartoon-ish. Now, one of the things that was really good in the older adventure, and if I noticed that Ready Player One was on last night, and in Ready Player One, there's actually the Tomb of Horrors. And the Tomb of Horrors was actually S1. Okay, S1 was the Tomb of Horrors. And S2 was another one of my favorite modules ever that was called White Plume Mountain. Anyway, so there was always a lot of puzzles in these modules, and I loved it. And I just wanted to show you this visual aid here. Okay, then. So this was a visual aid that you got. And when the players moved on to this checkerboard, so to speak, the trap, and if you're going to watch ever play this module, then don't do it. Don't listen now. But wherever you land, where can you see you come in down here? So these are places that you would actually appear on. Okay, and the map, the trap was that wherever you started, you could only move what that chess piece did. Okay, if you went against what the chess piece would get, you got zapped or something like that. And there were always these wonderful... So if you came in on this one here, that's a rook or a castle. So you could only go forwards or side to side. You couldn't go diagonal at all. And there were so many of these wonderful traps and puzzles in the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons games. And the interesting thing is that I would be totally against them now, because you never sort of like, you relied on the players understanding. No, the people did not know that. They just had to try to figure it out. They literally had to try and figure it out. And it always makes me smile, because I sort of like think, you know, you would have to know something about chess, you would have to know something and guess or something like that. But I mean, people sometimes must have got it. But now, in my mind, if you were now playing Mithras or you're playing 5e in SpellJammer and came across something like this, then what I would ask for would be an intelligence roll to see whether or not you can figure it out. Because I really like the idea that the most intelligent characters can figure it out, where the less intelligent characters have no idea. Now, just to let you know, there's some wonderful things in here, wonderful illustrations. So I don't know if you know what that monster is, but that's an Umber Hulk that actually causes confusion. Okay. But I really like it. You know, the rogue is being lifted up on high. It's got black arms. The magic user's blasting it, and it's got hold of the fighter's shield, which, of course, is something that could never happen. And the reason it's falling to bits, this. So I have to be really careful about it. Can you see that little picture there? So that's in the chessboard. Can you see the person getting electrocuted in the background? So there were wonderful images like that. This I lived for. Well, to be honest with you, Matt, it wasn't. Let me just see what. I'm just seeing what you would do. I was trying to just quickly read it to see what would happen. Oh, whenever a character takes damage from a square, that square becomes a legitimate starting square for the character's next move. Oh, the square will grow red and the character will sustain 5 hit points of damage. So it's not a huge amount. It's not a huge amount. But I can tell that I've done it, because can you see down here, I've run it, because these are the players and what they're actually sort of like we're going to be. Now, in this as well, you get some pre-made characters. So this is the thief. So just to let you know, the thief started off, it might focus, in with 42 hit points. So they're quite impressive. And this was only to do with 3 characters. So there was a thief, there was a cleric, 9th level cleric, 72 hit points, and then finally there was Hodder, the magic user, was 10th level. So these were sort of like the pre-made characters that you could play them with. And the other thing that is really interesting is, let me just, you actually scored points in the game. So this would have been run in a convention, okay, and everybody would be must be, because since the solutions changed for, yeah, exactly. So somebody might have got it right, but somebody else would have got it wrong. So it says here, scoring +5 to the team score for each character that crosses the room by any means, +10 to the individual score of the first player to successfully deduce the chess movement pattern. So everybody was sort of like getting points, and you know, at the end of the day all these would be added up, and there was a limited amount of time that you could be in the Ghost Tower of Inverness and everything like that. So I mean, it really was such a fantastic dungeon. I love this picture. Excuse me, missy, could you just turn around and look at us? We don't know that you are a Medusa. You know, which I love that. And some of the reason the module is falling to bit is because of all the visual aids. But I mean, there was some really nice imagery. Look at that one with the target lantern there. So that was the Ghost Tower of Inverness. That was the whole dungeon. And I've still got a whole load of modules somewhere, so I want to look at them out. But what I wanted to quickly show you, and I don't want to spend a huge amount of time on it, were the adventures that I made. Okay, so often I would make adventures for any campaign that I'm playing with, but this was before computers. Okay, so remember, I typed out Animate Dead, the fanzine, on the actual typewriter, and these were adventures that I had created. So the first thing that you'll notice is that they're on the back of worksheets. So, hey, Darth, how you doing? So what I must have done is, in order to save paper, any worksheets that I didn't use at school, I must have brought home and wrote on the back, yeah, before computers. And look, so the whole adventure, I don't know if you can see this, is actually handwritten. The whole adventure is handwritten. Okay, and it sort of like has Shardy's excellent zombies. Okay, so you can see here that I've written out all the zombies bits and everything like that. So everything was handwritten. Maps, if you actually drew little maps. I don't know if you can see it down there. So everything was created. So this was the introduction. It was called entertainment value, whatever that meant. Life as you know it almost came to an end, and the pirate ship ran aground on the underground river. God knows what that means. The crew promptly abandoned ship, and you three and a fellow crew member managed to get into a boat. Many weeks have passed, and despite the healing processes of your cleric, your fellow crew members died. Near to starvation, you have reached a port aptly named Skullport, deep within the bowels of the earth. The darkness is ever present, and mage lights flicker everywhere, casting ghastly shadows. Drugs, slaves, and mercenaries abound as mind flayers, drow, vampires, gargoyles, beholders, and worse are common pedestrians on the street. What was I thinking of? A maze of catwalks cover the upper levels, festooned with corpses, monsters in cages, and the common and garden washing lines. I mean, I have no idea what I was thinking about at all. So this is called All for a Stamp. And this is actually a Shadowrun adventure. I've actually moved to writing on lined paper. The hotel is large, a 15-story high building. That sounds like, imagine. Yeah, exactly. I think I was so cliche in those times, Darth. The Sheraton Hotel is a large 15-story high building. Its plush decor makes it a popular place for visitors. Saturn has arranged a meeting with a certain Ms. Mykova, a middle-aged woman of extreme wealth dealing with rare antiquities. She is well known in Seattle and is frequently referred to as the cautious woman when dealing with runners. The simplicity of this initial meet worries you. It's not her style. However, it soon clicks into place. On arriving at the hotel, you are escorted not into the expensive restaurant, but downstairs into the basement. Wishing you had donned boiler suits and through a maze of corridors and self-sealing doors, you eventually enter a room with a manhole cover in its center. Your guide opens it and points to the tunnels below. Keep to the main tunnel traveling north. He points down below. It will bring you to the waterfront, and Miss Makova will be waiting for you there. He waits until you lower yourselves into the tunnel, and then seals you in. Isn't that? I really look. There's even little maps. I don't know if you can see that. Little maps and everything. So this is quite a beefy module. You know, there's quite a lot of it. So this one is called Disease Free. And this is a D&D one. I don't know if you can see up at the top, but it was 10 sheets long. 10 sheets. It's all written out, as always, look, in my lovely teacher handwriting. Since arriving at Skull Point, so this must have followed on from the previous one. You have definitely made a name for yourself. People throughout the town are muttering about your exploits in trashing one of Sean's places. Valdolin is pleased with your entertainment and all seems well. So well that while you are working one night, you are approached by an envoy from a merchant who operates within Skullport. The envoy, a rather thin man, describes the job as a simple guard and protect exercise concerning some crates that are due for shipment to Waterdeep next week. In order to secure the final arrangements to see the crates and their surroundings, he asks you to meet with his employer tomorrow morning outside the Crock and Helm. He will then lead you to the holding place once an agreement over payment has reached. Do you want to know? That's a really good question. And the answer to that is no, I don't. To be honest with you, I'd forgotten all about these adventures. And the interesting thing is, if you said to me now, inwils, what's this adventure about? I have no idea. I literally have no idea what this adventure is about. I mean, it's 10 pages long. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember running it. But I must have done, because, can you see there's crossing outs here? I think this is, I don't even know whether or not it's D&D. I think it says OB stands for offensive bonus, so I'm not even sure. Oh no, it is. It's D&D because it has hit dice and hit points. So, and what I do, I tell you what I do. I have a notebook on ClickUp that's called Ideas. And when a spark of an idea comes to my head, I jot it down. And then once I'm ready to start creating an adventure, I go to those hooks. Could try figuring out remaking it with everyone you know today. Could be in it. Do you know, it would be, but I think I've moved on so much from writing adventures now. And I feel I have. I don't know whether or not I have, but I feel that when I was, 15, 16 or in my 20s, I probably wrote different adventures then than I do now. I think they will have completely gone. I'm not going to read any of this, but this was a Shadowrun adventure, reporting to Stark. I must have just watched Avengers or something like that. I got the name. So yeah, so that's a little bit of a behind the scenes look at modules, adventure modules, but also my own adventures. And yeah, it would be really interesting to go back over it and have a read and see what it's all about. I'll put it on my task list to sit and look at through one evening. To be honest with you, I think when I make an adventure, I don't know whether or not you saw Saturday's stream of Mithras, but that whole adventure, they decided to go on a different direction, and I virtually had to make that part of the adventure up because I sort of like make up adventures in order, and that was going to happen, but it was going to happen a lot later. But they decided to go and investigate it, so I had to quickly make it up and move it earlier. I think mining next week, I think it was meant to happen more on a journey somewhere, but I mean, it was fine. It went, I was actually halfway through watching it when you went, oh, cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I do say a lot, and I try desperately to stop it. I have a post-it that I put up that says, don't say and I always go like this. I say, so you go into the tavern and you see several people there. For example, there might be Sam might be there, and Decker and Zach the Bard. And I do it all the time. And when I listen back to the recording, I hate it. Just out of interest, if you are interested in the Mithras Matters podcast, just so you know, Medivac, since you're here, We had some nice feedback from them. I was listening, it's the one that you're in, Medivac. I was listening to this in the car. Great episode. I really liked the big interview discussion in the first part. Very good advice for those new to Mithras. Seem like enhanced size may be the quest of Cyrus, which I thought was brilliant. So that there was some really nice comments about it. So that's really good. Okay, folks, I'm going to bring it to a close now. Thank you so much for coming along and joining me on this stream. Remember that my streaming schedule will always be on Twitch, even though when it says and I'm streaming here. And tonight we have actually streamed simultaneously to both YouTube and Twitter. So we've been in on both of them, although I don't think anybody from Twitter made any comments. I did have this up so people could do it, but I can bring it into the chat if people talk about it on Twitter as well. So yeah, so thank you for coming along this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the first part is lost, so if you were here for that, then well done, and you've heard some of my improvements, etc., etc. And I hope you enjoyed reminiscing, looking back on old Advanced Dungeons and Dragons modules, and also my own modules and how they were created in the past. No, thank you for coming along, Darth. I really do appreciate it. I will be streaming tomorrow, 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock for Guild Wars 2. Hopefully we're going to hit 80th with our Guardian. And then again on Thursday, I'm going to be streaming. It's all in the schedule, and I've put the link into... oh, I see you on Twitter. No, so there's no chat bot. You can't sort of like put chat, but this says here, if you're on Twitter, then just tweet me at inwils, and then I can then grab that and put it up as well on here. So if I sort of like do a tweet like, let me just tweet it out to make sure it works. So that will go out, and then hopefully I'm hoping that it's going to appear, or it might not appear on my list. Maybe a whole load of people have been saying things to me, and they haven't appeared. No, I think it's anything that says at. It might just come up a little bit later, and then I can drag it on. But I do need to check about links in the chat. So we definitely need to look at that. So brilliant. It says that there's been 2 things on. So I'm puzzled now. Let's have a look if I do that. Let's see if anything comes up on my list now. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along today. I really do appreciate the support as ever. And I will see you all tomorrow for some wonderful Guild Wars 2. It's really annoying me now that I can't see the chats coming up, but I will have a look into it. I will have a look into it and see how it does. No, thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and look after yourself. Stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, remember to stay positive. And that's me signing out. See you all real soon. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.